Today's geography lesson is more of an art lesson. Remember we were learning about the Maasai tribe who lived in Kenya, and we saw some pictures of the amazing bead necklaces that they made, and there's a few more on here. So remember, the women and the men wear them. They're a sign of how important you are. So children have like little strings of beads, and then the more important you are, some of them that they wear on special occasions are amazing. Now we're going to have a go at making our own version of these necklaces. They use tiny beads to make lots of different patterns, stripe patterns and circle patterns, by threading them on to wires. And so there's another picture. That's lots of necklaces piled up on top of each other. Most of the colours, they seem to be similar. They're mainly yellow and red and orange and black. But when you make yours, you can use whatever colours you like. So there's a different sort of design. It's more of a pattern than just rows of beads. And there's a part of it where there's a bit hanging down at the front. So if you're feeling really artistic, you might make something that can hang down the front of the one you're doing. And there's another one. I love the colours on that one. I think that's my favourite one, that design. You can also attach things like ribbons and string to the front. This one's got some shells stuck onto it as well. Now here's someone who's had a go at making one using a paper plate, and they've painted theirs. Now I think to paint it would be really, really hard. That looks like someone maybe in year 6 has done that, because paint is quite hard to work with. So what we're going to do is use pens instead. So I've made a little video showing you how to use the paper plate that you've got in your pack to make one of these necklaces. If you want to use other things like paint, that's fine. But if you watch the video, it shows a really simple way of doing it. To make your collar, you're going to need the paper plate that came in your pack. Now those plates have got two sides, and it seems to be different depending which plate you've got. Some of them got the shiny side on that side, and some of them got it on that side. So it doesn't really matter what side you use. If you've got those Sharpie type pens, the shiny side might work better. But if you've got normal felt tip pens or crayons or pencils, and if you want to stick things on, the slightly rougher side is going to be better. Now, before we decorate it, we're going to have to make it into the collar shape. Now, you don't have to draw the line on. I'm just going to do this to show you. So we're going to cut a straight line down to there, and then we're going to cut all the way around. And there is a little sort of line on the plate. So you don't actually have to draw this. It's just for me to show you, whoops, maybe it wasn't a good idea to draw it, where we're going to cut. So we're going to cut round that middle line. If you're really not confident doing the cutting, get someone a bit older to do it for you. So I've cut down there, and now I've got to go all the way around this bit. And luckily these plates, they aren't very thick. They're quite easy to cut. Now I definitely wouldn't recommend drawing that bit in black pen, because now I've got a nasty bit of black pen all over mine, which I don't like at all. Suppose I could have done it in pencil, couldn't I? So you should end up with a shape like that. Now, because of my nasty black pen, mine looks a lot better on that side, but it doesn't matter which side you decorate. Then you're going to get some pens or pencils, and you're going to start to decorate it. Now, that doesn't mean crazily just scribbling all over. If you remember, they used lots of little beads. So this is going to take a while. You might want to do a bit, leave it, and then come back to it. You could be doing it while you're doing something else, while you've got some music on, or you're watching something maybe. So I'm going to go all the way around with the purple line. It doesn't just have to be little bead shapes. You could do other shapes as well. So you could do some long shapes. See, these pens are okay actually on the shiny side, but I think they will smudge. So it's probably better to use the rough side. And remember, you go all the way around. Now there are some sort of little lines on here that can help you a bit, like these lines. So if you wanted to do lines down there, Those are there that can sort of help you. And you can also, if you've got stickers and things, you can stick stickers on as well. You can even attach ribbons to hang down at the front, and beads and things. If you're going to need beads, you probably need some quite nice glue. So I'm going to show you now one that I've finished. So here's a finished collar, and you don't have to do anything else to it. You just pull that up, put your head in there, and it works brilliantly. You don't have to put anything to attach it. You don't have to make that hole any bigger. That is big enough for everyone's neck. In fact, you could have even made that a bit smaller if you wanted more room to draw on. And then the finished one looks like that. And when you actually put it on, it does look very similar to the ones that they wore in the story. Now, there's probably even more I could have done on there. There's still some white bits because you're going to try and make it as colourful as you can. So I really look forward to seeing some photos with you with your collars on, because that would be brilliant. We could print them out and put them up on the display in the classroom. So I've added a few more details to mine, and I've got some ribbons that I've put on the front. And then to put it on, I thought I'd just show you. You just put it around there, like that, and there it is. So I look forward to seeing some of yours.